My name's Amy Quinn. I'm the Deputy Mayor of Asbury Park. This is Hannah Walker. She's our Communications Director in Asbury Park. She's going to talk a little bit about what she does. Ed Salvis is behind you. He's part of APTV. So we're going to take this and then broadcast it on our public access TV, our Facebook, and all of that.
Everybody, this is Laura Anderson. What does the police chief do? There you go. Take care of the city. We make sure that all the operations within the department, the patrol division, detective bureau, street crimes, they all work together. Anybody have any more questions? Anybody want to sit at the desk here?
Who wants to be the chief for the day? Chief Jeff. Chief Jeff?
Chief Jeff.
That's my nickname.
Okay. What's the last name, Chief Jeff?
Torres.
Okay, Chief Torres.
Come on, anybody got any more questions? No?
I saw another hand go up. John, did you have a question before they asked about the chair? It went out, sir.
Let me tell you, I was all like you guys. I actually went to school in the city. I live in the city. I actually became a rookie. Oh, it's a long time ago, back in 1992. 25 years ago now. I worked my way up through the ranks to become deputy chief. So all of you guys can do the same thing.
And what would you say is one of the best things about your job?
I love that I live in the city and I actually became part of the city and actually run the department that I love. Yes.
How long have you been chief?
About a month now. I've been here 25 years now, but I've been the deputy chief for about a month. Want to go down to the detective bureau? The detective bureau? Yeah, we go there.
Yeah.
Right?
I want to get I want to have a set up in there.
I'm trying to
I really want to set up.
All right, we'll bring everybody to jail cell in a few minutes, okay?
Yay!
But you have Captain FELLENZ. Captain FELLENZ actually is in charge of the detective bureau.
How's everybody? Good, good. What school y'all from?
Hope Academy.
Hope Academy? Okay. What grade? Enjoying your tour?
Yeah.
Who's your teacher?
Right now we're principal,
Oh, right in.
Hello.
Okay. Well, like the Deputy Chief said, what we do here is we investigate all major crimes and juvenile crimes as well, and take statements, and that's basically what we do. So, like the Deputy Chief said, right now all my detectives are out on the road working cases while in the range qualifying with their firearms and with the shotguns. So, Monday is really a short day for us.
It's a quiet day, Monday.
Yeah, it's quiet.
Everybody want to see
We
what
don't use that word quiet around here.
Right. Questions about detective bureau?
over here, behind everybody. I know there was a couple of questions. The shotguns that are kept in the police cars, when they're not in the police cars, they're kept in the safe here. It's actually somebody in this office 24/7. All weekend long, all the time, there's somebody sitting at that desk. Anybody have any questions about the watch commander? What they do? Oh no, we work.
Change shift.
Yeah, everybody changes shift. Watch commander's here for 10 hours and then they go home, and somebody else comes in to replace them.
And is the watch commander also an officer? Is he also an officer or just the watch commander?
Watch commander is usually a lieutenant. When a lieutenant's not available, it is a sergeant.
Can you just go over the hierarchy for us?
Our hierarchy is a probationary officer, and you become an officer, and you have the chance to become a detective. It's usually 3 to 4 or 5 years when you're on the job. You show that you're doing a good job. You can be assigned in the detective bureau, or you could be assigned in the street crimes unit. Then you have to take a test to become sergeant. You have to score very well. All right. After sergeant, you become a lieutenant. After a lieutenant, you become a captain. After a captain, you become the deputy chief or the chief.
So the actual testing stops at sergeant?
No, testing goes all the way through the process, all the way up to chief of police.
Wow.
They have to test for each and every position.
What about the specials?
Specials? Specials are usually officers that are in around 19 to 20 years of age. We send them to the police academy. They got to do pretty much the same at police academy as a regular officer does. The specials, however, only have police powers when they're working. When they go home, they no longer have the police powers. Is that a little confusing? You know how you tell who the specials are? Specials are the officers that have a white patch on them. So say either Class 1 or Class 2. Class 2 have guns. Class 1s are our parking officers and the officers that work up on the boardwalk. They're usually not too much older than you. They're like 19, 20 years of age. So that's usually how they start their career, by coming to Class 1 and then Class 2 officer. You're not in police headquarters here in Asbury Park for more than a couple hours. If you're really bad, you have to be transported up to Monmouth County. All right. If you're not that bad, and it's only you have to come in front of the judge, you're given a summons to appear in front of the judge, and you're released. Anybody have any questions about what goes on in this room?
Does everybody know what a summons is?
Yeah.
The summons is, everyone knows what that is?
No, they don't.
It's like a ticket.
It's like a ticket. It's like if you're stopped by police on the street for speeding, you receive a ticket to appear in court. Okay? You don't have to post bail or anything along those lines.
All right, who wants to sit where the judge sits? Oh, listen, I'm only going to pick 2 people. 1, 2, 2.
Yeah, tell me.
What does the judge usually do? Okay, so we can go down.
This is where the city prosecutor would sit.
Oh,
This is where the public defender would sit.
Public defender. All right, 2 public defenders.
Yeah, this one chair.
Anybody know who sits on this chair yet?
Who knows who sits there?
I don't know what it's called, but I think it's the person that they have the right thing that's supposed to say.
Yeah, the court clerk would sit up here.
Sorry. I didn't do anything. Right, so you hit it, order in the court. Order in the court. Oh, you can see it. So this is where the city council meets. So the mayor sits here, his name's John Moore. The deputy mayor sits here, that's me. Another council member, Jesse, sits there. This is Yvonne's seat. That's Eileen's seat. And then one of our most important people in this game is our city clerk, which is down at the end. The reason she's one of our most important people is because she works the time clock, which means when you come up, so here's how this plays out. Somebody comes up and says, and they stand back here, and they say, my name is Amy Quinn, I live at 1201 3rd Ave, and DPW, Department of Public Works, didn't pick up my garbage. What are you going to do about it? Of course. So Cindy hits the clock, but people are never that short and sweet, right? So people are always quite a bit longer. So they get 3 minutes to talk, and Cindy, as our volunteer will show, hits start and then hits stop. And after your 3 minutes, you're cut off from the microphone. So the types of things we hear is a wide range. We hear things about drunk people acting inappropriately, garbages not being picked up, lack of parking, crime, not enough recreation. A lot of times we get things about the great recreation department we have, and then ideas about different recreation programs. And so all of that kind of policy stuff happens in this room. So the city council ultimately votes on whether or not we want a dog beach, no dog beach, more recreation programs, whatever. I mean, Yvonne can talk a little bit about this as well.
We vote on what public wants, we listen to their complaints, and then we make decisions. And the way we make decisions is based on what's called resolutions. The resolutions are planned out beforehand, so we've had a chance to go over them and decide which ones we want to vote for. And when we vote in what's called our meeting, the public meeting. We vote in the public meeting, and Cindy records our votes. So she lets us know, okay, it passed, it didn't pass, and if it's a law, which is called an ordinance, then it becomes a part of the city laws and is permanently recorded in the books.
Okay, now these members are also extremely important. So right here is your city manager. So he's, for all intensive purposes, the captain of the ship, right? He says to the city council, here's the resolution, I want you to vote on it, what do you think? We either vote yes or no, whether we think it's a good idea or not, or we go to the city manager and we say, look, I don't think we're putting, the park on Springwood Ave needs to be fixed up. So you gotta get Department of Public Works there, whatever. He says okay, but he's the person who kind of runs that part of the show. We vote on what he says, but he runs that part of the show. The second person who sits at the desk is our assistant city manager, who helps our city manager, and he's also our fire chief. So you met him, you might not remember Kevin Keddy. So he helps the city manager in determining what kind of things get done, how quickly they get done, concerns from the public. And then our last person is
our city attorney, and he is very important because he makes sure that what we're doing is legal, and that if we're doing something that is not right, he stops us. And he also addresses concerns of the members of the public, and if they want to do something that might not be legal, he will step in and say that. So he is a very, very important part of the process.
Yeah, so we're going to finish up this tour and take you through some of the departments who are part of these resolutions, right? So we have a recreation department who decides where the money goes in recreation, whether it goes to Little League, whether it goes to summer camp, whether it goes to after school, wherever it is that it goes. We have a tax assessor, they deal with your taxes. We have a zoning officer who says you can or cannot put a restaurant here, you can or cannot put an addition to your house here, and you're going to meet some of these players that you haven't already met. Any questions? Okay.
Go ahead.
Who sits over here?
The public.
What's the most recent thing that you guys voted on?
What's the most recent thing we voted on?
The road diet.
The road diet. So yeah, that's a great one.
Thank you, the road diet.
So Main Street is a 4-lane highway, right? Two lanes this way, 2 lanes that way. We're going to reduce that and create 1 lane each way and a turning lane, and then add bike lanes. So we voted on that at the last meeting. So that's going to make Main Street, 1, slower, which if any of you've been on Main Street, it could certainly afford to be slower. And it's going to allow bicyclists, pedestrians, and stuff walk on it a little bit more safely.
Okay. What if you guys just turn on each other? Is there like a higher person like to actually give the vote?
No, so it's even though there's a mayor and deputy mayor and council person, it's an equal vote across the board. The mayor has no more power than a city council. It's all 1 vote, 1 person, 1 vote.
And we each have we have a 4-year term, but they are staggered. Thank you. So 3 of us were just voted in November for 4 years, and then the other 2 are going to be voted. They have to run again this coming November, and then they will have 4 years.
And this is one of the reasons why it's so important to vote in local elections. And I know you're not 18 yet, but part of the reason is you are voting for this crew. And if there's somebody in this crew that you think is doing a great job, you're getting your friends to vote for them. And if you think there's somebody in this crew, and I'm sure there's not, doing a terrible job, then you get your friends not to vote for them, because you win elections in Asbury Park on 10, 20, 30, 40 votes, right? You win elections based on how many people are in this room. So if we're doing a good job, we're lucky enough to get reelected. If we don't do a good job, we might not get reelected.
Okay.
What if the decision you guys make is tied?
It's often tight.
Tied.
Tied. It's 5 people, so it's never tied. That's part of the reason it's 5, so there is rarely ever a tie. There's only a tie if somebody's absent, one of the council members are sick or, not able to come,
Yeah.
and then it could be a potentially 2-2 vote.
Or if someone abstains, if there are 2 for and 2 against, and the 5th person abstains, then it becomes a tie, and that means it did not pass.
Correct.
Who's over there?
That's for special events, and when we have programs in here and we want to use the podium. Or sometimes we have proclamations where we're giving, say, Hope Academy a special proclamation because they've done such a great job educating our children. And we'll read it there, and then Hope Academy will come up and we'll shake their hands and we'll give them a proclamation.
Great. And Ed, do you want to just talk a little bit about, we tape all of our, you can literally go home and watch our meetings on TV right now.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Everything they've talked about here today going on in this room is recorded by APTV. And you all have Cablevision or Fios at home?
Yeah.
You can watch, our channel is 77 on Cablevision and 28 on Fios. And the cameras that record what happens in the council chambers is one up here, and there's one on the wall back there, and they're called point, tilt, and zoom. And they're controlled in a little room next door here, where by one person, generally it's Hannah, and they record everything. It's edited and put on our TV channel. The TV channel also does other things too, but the council, the Board of Education, and the planning board are the 3 things that we take the most interest in because they are the city government.
Okay, so we're going to hit, any more questions?
Okay, so for each meeting, is there like a person that types or records what you're saying? Oh.
Wait. Our city clerk, who you're going to meet when we loop back around. You're going to meet our city clerk. Okay?
I take the minutes for the meetings and make sure that. Oh, is it? Well,
that was your motion.
well, that is in the beginning of the meeting. We gotta make sure everybody stays to their 3-minute rule. Because you go over to 3 minutes and we would be there until midnight.
Yeah.
But I take the minutes for the council meetings to make sure all the votes are accurately reflected in the minutes. And I sit there, I take all the minutes from the council meetings. In my office, we handle a lot of the licensing. We handle vital statistics, which are birth certificates and marriage licenses, death certificates. And we do a lot of permitting too. We do like the yard sales and mercantile licenses for new businesses. And we pretty much do catch-all. Anything else nobody wants to do, we do.
All right, great. And then this is Joanne. Joanne's the CFO. Does anyone know what a CFO is?
CFO is the Chief Financial Officer. I take care of all the city's money. So nobody better cross me. They won't get paid. I'm responsible for taking care of the budget, making sure we're not overexpending funds, that everything's done legally, by the book. I write checks, we sign checks. Purchase orders are processed for everything that we buy. It's all approved by council first. We don't do anything without their approval.
Right, so that's something that we vote on every meeting is it's called the bill resolution, the budget.
And also Amy and the mayor pull samples of purchase orders for each meeting and they review everything because they want to make sure that things are being done correctly. And they will question if they think a vendor is being paid maybe for something they shouldn't be paid for.
And in this office over here is Mary Kay,
Hello.
who ensures that you're also paid.
Yes, but paid as an individual. I do payroll and I also take care of your health insurance, your dental insurances, keep track of your pension benefits, liaison with civil service and the division of pensions. When you're going to retire, you have to stop in. We go over everything, make sure everything's in order. But the main thing is twice a month, it's payday.
Great, thank you.
Thank you so much.
My name is Tyrone Young. I am the tax collector for the city of Asbury Park. And what we do is we bill and collect for city taxes and for sewer. Does anyone know what tax collectors do? Anyone? For who? For you? For anyone? For who? For the city, yes. We are state officials. We have to be certified to do so. And you have to be a property owner to do it. So all of you will be paying your own tax. Right?
Yeah, because
Yes.
you're gonna own some property,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Come if you wanted to say, you wanted to build a house. This is where you have to come, and you bring the plans over to the construction department, and the construction department would say, yes or no, your porch is too big, how wide is the driveway, because there are requirements. After construction, and you start to build a house, and the house is finished, then code enforcement comes, because code comes to make sure that everything is designed the way it's supposed to. That you have the proper locks on the doors, that you have smoke detectors in your house, so if there's a fire, you're going to be safe. And then we also have APTVs on this floor, and our transportation manager is here.
You want to talk about what the transportation planner does?
Oh, the transportation manager is the person that helps us with parking. He designs the parking for the city. Where are we going to have angled parking? Where is there going to be paid parking? Where is it going to be free? Also, he helped to design the new road diet that we talked about downstairs. So you're going to get an opportunity to meet Michael Manzella, the transportation manager, and we're going to go in now to construction code enforcement, and that's the side of the law. And also, this is where the tiny mayor and city council office.
All right.
Oh,
sorry. You want to do zoning and planning?
Who wants to be an architect? Well, who wants to be a city planner? Maybe you. That's part of the problem. We don't have enough kids who want to be city planners because most kids don't know about city planning. They know about architecture, they know about law, but city planning, even I didn't know about city planning until I was in college. What do we do here? We're the Office Planning, Zoning, Redevelopment. We decide, or we shouldn't say we decide, we help give guidance to people like the deputy mayor on how this city should look, what the built environment should be. And city planning is a little bit of architecture, it's a little bit of law, and it's public policy. So basically what you see out there, how the buildings look, how tall, what's in them, we study it, we make recommendations, and a board called the Planning Board and the Municipal Council decides about the laws that we enact so that the private sector can go out and build the city as we, the community, want to see the city.
Great. And then shooting over to Barbara.
Hi, I'm Barbara Wagner. I'm the zoning officer, and what I do is I issue permits and inspect people's property, and I ensure that everything that you see being built is in accordance with all our laws, our local laws, and municipal land use law. And the government, the state legislature, has given the municipalities the authority to govern their own cities. So we design our own cities the way to limit the height, the uses by district. So each area has different districts. I'll give you guys a map if you want of the area. So if you look around here, these are some of the buildings that are going to be being built soon. This is going to be the big building on the waterfront. You know, that big shell of a building that has been like that since way before you guys were even born? Well, in a couple of years, it's going to look like this. So this is going to have a hotel and restaurants on the first floor and condos on the upper floors. So as you see, all the buildings in here have to come through here first. We review them, and then they go on to the board. And there's 3 different levels that he said. There's 3 different government agencies, a planning board, zoning board, and the governing bodies. They enact the laws, and the boards make sure that everybody here builds these things in accordance with the laws. So you're not going to see this next door to your house, right? You're not going to see a bowling alley next door to your house. So everything is built in districts. So the city and the city planners and the governing bodies decide how we want things built and where we want them built. So we limit the uses, we would limit the heights. So things are not just built haphazardly, they're planned. So if you guys want to come in and look around, these are some of the buildings that are gonna be either renovated or gonna be built?
Quickly look though, only because we have 5
There you
more
go.
minutes.
This one is probably your favorite one. That is the Asbury Hotel, that's the city salvation.
So they can.
That's the Savoy. Some of these buildings.
Can you get my
Hi, teammate. Mom. Hi, Grandma. Who do you have
My name is Mal. I'm from the construction department, and anybody that's going to be doing any renovations, reconstruction, or new construction, they would come to this department. Okay? I know that you're on a little bit of a crunch time, so I'm just going to show you a video of some new construction that was just done here in the city of Asbury Park. There's no one living there yet because we have not given them the final certificate of occupancy. The construction is not completed. However, it's a very nice building, and you probably all have gone past it. It's called the Monroe.
Thank you all for coming today. I'm Michael Caspianco. I am the Asbury Park City Manager. So what does that mean? What do? I do everything. My job is everything that happens here, whether it's road repaving, building a playground, police, fire, recreation, communications, APTV, everything you see about the city winds up on my desk at some point in time. I do not recommend this career for anybody. It's horrible. You do a lot of work. You get yelled at by everyone. You never do anything right. Otherwise, it's actually a good job. So anything involving, like if your street light goes out, anything on that map, that's the zoning map. We comes through me also.
Oh, nice new map there too.
Yes. I was in charge of replacing that map. The other map was from the 70s. That one is from a thing called Google, where it didn't exist in the 70s. We actually just upgraded that ourselves. So what I do is pretty much everything, and it is a fun job. It's rewarding because you get to see changes happen, just like this map. Because if you see the old one, a lot of this stuff was before our time, and I'm older than you, just by a couple of years. So you saw the map of buildings that weren't there and buildings that are now there, bringing in taxes that help us do things. So if you ever want a job in municipal management, come see me because it's very, very difficult, but you get to see something like this being built. Next is going to be LEESHA Floyd for our recreation program.
Hi everybody, my name is LEESHA Floyd. I'm the recreation director. I'm sure some of you guys have seen these yellow shirts around. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm working on right now, summer camp. How many people came? Has anybody been to summer camp? Okay. Wow. Okay. That's good to hear. So I'm in charge of setting up summer camp. All the trips, the activities, that's what I do. That's what I'm working on right now. Now, since some of you kids are older, what you have to look forward in the future is that we do hire Asbury Park kids to work with our summer camp program. You have to be old enough to have working papers. So if you guys are interested in working, you're old enough to have working papers. This year we have everybody we need, but in the future, come see me. I'm right here at City Hall, and you might be able to work with us. Other things I do during the course of the year are soccer, wrestling, basketball. So, a lot of fun things for the kids to do in Asbury Park. Okay. All right. That's it for me.
Okay, our last speaker, who sat in the mayor's seat when we were in council chambers? Okay, this is our Mayor John Moore.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Thank you for being here. You probably did a better job than I did. Today, you could have passed any resolution you wanted to. You have the votes. You outnumber us. It's just a privilege to be the mayor, but as the mayor, I really get nothing special as up and above the rest of the council people. I get the same vote they get. I think I get to appoint the library board commission and a couple of things like that. I get all the junk mail.
Which comes to me.
Which I give to the city manager. And I also get congratulated a lot when something goes right. When something goes wrong, I get beat up. But most things go great. And it's a great council and a great city. And thank you all for being here. And that's it. I have.
Sarah.